years of me on this four-wheeler, a lot of people say these transmissions in these four-wheelers, because they're the electronic shift ones, people have problems with it not shifting or staying in a gear. I have come to, as a conclusion, owning this four-wheeler for about 2 years here. So what I think we're gonna do before we get to Taco Bell here, that's where our final destination is. We're actually gonna be doing a review of the four-wheeler. There's a few like flyby clips, and well, we tried to whip some shitties. They didn't turn out too good. In the year and a half by now of me owning this four-wheeler, it's been 2 years. Wow. So 2 years of me owning this four-wheeler. Transmissions in these four-wheelers are not really known for being too good of a transmission. The electronic shift, people have problems with it not shifting or staying in a gear. They claim it's a terrible transmission. Never buy these four-wheelers. I haven't any problems with mine. I've towed a few things. We did get the winch working. I didn't tell you guys about that. Winch works now. All around, I mean, it's a very, for the price, because you know they ran that model year from 05 to 07, and you can get them at a pretty reasonable price, mainly because people don't really, they're not mainly looking for these four-wheelers because they have a bad rep with the electronic shift not working or anything like that. I have not had any problems with it shifting ever. What are you doing over here? Real quick, guys, I'm gonna be doing a quick overview in person on the four-wheeler, because in the video, I kind of just played clips and talked about it, but I will give you a better in-depth review on the four-wheeler. If you did buy one of these units, then there's probably a few things that you should know about these. So we'll start off with the handlebars and the gauge cluster and all that. For being an 06, this actually has a decent amount of technology built into the screen here. So if you flip her on, you get your miles an hour, what gear you're in, neutral, whether it be neutral, drive, reverse. There we go. And then if you wanted to do the button shifters on it, you have auto and ESP. Auto, it does it for you. ESP is electronic shift something. That's what it stands for, something, I don't know. This is aftermarket. This is for the winch. That is in and out for the winch. I literally just routed the wire up here to it and toggled it, and it works just fine. Sometimes it's, there it is. It is disconnected right now, so it's not actually doing anything. Right here you have your kill switch, so you can either this way, it doesn't matter, but to start it, has to be in the center. Otherwise, I mean, because this is your start button right here. So this is to the left, nothing. Right, nothing. Middle, boom. So there's that. You have your shifter down here, as I was just talking about. On a lot of the Can-Ams and Polarises, they're on this side. It doesn't really matter, honestly, but it is on this side. You do have a gas gauge. It's pretty accurate, except for when you're going over bumps like this, it kind of just, you know, goes all over the place. You have to stop to read it properly. Your breather tube for the cap right here. You must be over 16 to ride these, even though nobody ever reads any of the side things on these. I mean, you have to wear a helmet. No on the roads, no two people, even though there's room for two people. Not mine, I have the back part on it. Up here on the front of the four-wheeler, it also does have a 12-volt cigarette outlet right here. So boom, you can plug something in if you want to. That's very nice to have. This box up here is the winch control. I have to move it somewhere else, but right now it's just up here for now. This is a 400cc model. I believe it's a 320, or like a 300, something like that. Has plenty of power to get it out of its own way. You could tow stuff. I have towed stuff with this before. It is a straight axle design instead of an IRS like some of the Can-Ams and Polarises have. Drum brakes all around, no discs. I don't even think it'd be wise to use discs in this application because they're always wet and muddy and covered in junk. You do have a little storage pouch back here. I don't even know what's in mine. Let's see, I haven't opened this up in a while. Yeah, there's nothing. Sometimes there'll be a toolkit back here. Mine did not come with that. So on this side you get a better look at the motor. Here's your head right here, I believe. Oh, the head's up top. No, yeah, because the exhaust right there. So there's your head. Use this to put oil in it. If the battery does die or for some reason your electric start does not work, you can pull this right back here. This is a pull start for it. Idle adjustment, if you want to idle it up, idle it down, whatever. These also do have a slight problem with, these carburetors are kind of goofy. Sometimes they don't like to idle where you leave them off at, so I have to very slightly change this if it's cold, and if it's hot, turn it back down a little bit, just depends. Oil filter down here. If you have to change your oil, just unscrew this, pops out, there's a spring, don't lose it, pop a new filter in, boom. This is a 4-wheel drive model, obviously, so you have CV shafts, obviously. This front differential up here, these are very well built. It's also a Honda, so as people say, if something's going wrong with it, it's a Honda, so it's totally fine. And I'll second that because, well, tires are balder than a baby's ass. And I think my boot on the other side is ripped. I'm just waiting to get new CVs for it. I'm just driving around, who really cares? I did paint the wheels black. They come like an alloy color, like a silver kind of color. I didn't really like it too much. Didn't think it went with the whole 4-wheeler. It is disgusting right now. I apologize for that. So yeah, just a quick in-person overview on the 4-wheeler because I never actually got into it during the video when we filmed it. So yeah, just making that real quick. Let's get right back into what I was just talking about. The point of this video on why you should buy this 4-wheeler, one, people aren't really looking for them because of the electronic shift problems. So if you count that on top of the fact that it's an older unit, it is a Honda, so people trying to like go fast on 4-wheelers, you know, big power, they're gonna go like a Can-Am or maybe like a Polaris or something like that. You're not gonna look for a Honda. Honda's more of like a utility, and more recently they've been getting into like a performance utility type 4-wheeler, but mine and before were mainly focused on utility. And if you're looking for a 4-wheeler that has a lot of power and you can go like literally do anything you want to, I would not buy this 4-wheeler. I'd save the money and get one that's actually a little bit higher horsepower. So it's just, you gotta take into consideration what you're gonna be using it for. If it's an all-around unit, what I have is not bad at all. It has enough power to have a decent amount of fun with, but nothing too crazy. You're not gonna kill yourself going like 90. But yeah, you just have to take everything into consideration when you're buying one. Anything else you think I can include on it? Anything you think that would be a good point of discussion? Might be getting a boat. Might be getting a boat, guys. Might be a vlog of us actually going to pick up this $125 boat and trailer combination. Pending, we're pending. My guess is that it's not watertight and we will capsize immediately, but we'll give it a, you know, a quick 5-minute look over before it goes in the water immediately after we purchase it. Depends on what we actually end up with, because you know, if anybody goes on Facebook Marketplace to buy anything, which I bought the 4-wheeler off Marketplace, nobody responds, and if they do, 9 times out of 10 they either don't think you're a real person or they just say they sold it and they didn't even sell it. So I don't even know why it's for sale. Like, there's always some shit. Very rare occasion that you actually find an honest person on Facebook. You know that all too well too. Mama Murder. Hey, yo, bird, move. Reviews coming over all the other cars on the channel, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Just a quick overview / review of what I've come to as a conclusion of owning this 4-wheeler for about 2 years here. I think in a few months it'll be 2 years. Yeah, all around good unit. If you're looking for a all-around good unit, it doesn't have shining qualities of specific, you know, specific qualities. It's an all-around good 4-wheeler. It's a good unit. All right, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned for more videos coming over the channel. More Firebird stuff definitely coming recently here, and Monte Carlo stuff, other Firebird in the shop. just stay tuned for all of them, and I'll see all y'all in the next one.